And we see that part in the scripture where it says God blessed them and told them to be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth, and to subdue it and to have dominion. And we understand that with the blessing comes the enablement, the power to be productive, to be fruitful. And so we don't just say bless you or, God bless you, but the blessing that has been applied to your life enables you to be productive. It enables you to operate in your abilities, to not only have abilities, but to have skill and wisdom and the force that comes behind exercising in those abilities. So the blessing empowers you. The blessing authorizes you. The blessing equips you for service. It is the equipping, it's the supernatural, but it also includes the natural enablements to give you the ability to do what he has commanded you to do. So when he gives you the law, or when he gives you the instruction, he has to give you the ability to accomplish the task. You have to be able to get it done. So one of the things that he uses to help you get it done is that he gives you armament. He gives you not only tools, but he gives you power to work the tools. And that power might be the dunamis, it might be the strength and the might, but then the power may also be the authority, the grace, the allowance to move in a certain way. And all of that is a blessing. So he blesses you to be fruitful, but also he gives you the blessing to be able to multiply. And that part is real heavy because, you can be on an island on your own and you can do whatever you're trying to do and have minimal success. You might feel like you've arrived, but success does not come without succession. Or true success is not realized without succession. And so the blessing is the potency, and it's the fertility even. It is the ability to reproduce after your own kind. Not only the ability to reproduce, but it is the favor of reproduction. So when he blesses us, he gives us access to the things that would help us reproduce. One of the things that we need help in reproducing is we need a counterpart, or we need others to help to be conjoined, or so that we actually can produce something in the womb of creativity. In other words, we need people who come alongside of us who can become impregnated with the seed that he's given us. And so this goes back to the blessing. He blessed them to be fruitful. And in the blessing you have counterparts, or you have other people who hold the other aspect of the blessing in it. In other words, you may have a portion of the blessing, but somebody else has the other part of the blessing. And it is not until you get together where you can really understand your part of the blessing, because your part is still a mystery until it is connected and it is aligned and synchronated with other aspects of the blessing. So the seed, the man can't just walk around with the seed. He needs an egg. He needs an egg. The egg, she needs the seed. Those things are necessary in order for the initial blessing to work. So when he blesses us, he not only blesses us with potential, not only does he bless us with ability and power, not only does he bless us with grace, but he also blesses us with relationships. This comes along with the blessing. Abraham, he told Abraham that he would be a blessing. He would make him a blessing to all the nations. But Abraham could not be a blessing without Sarah. He couldn't be a blessing without her, because she would be the one that would bring forth from her womb, bring forth the miracle of the promised seed. And he needed, in order to prove that this was not of the flesh, but this was of the spirit. He needed a womb that was not fertile. He needed a womb that was barren. He needed a womb that was barren so he could show and prove his ability to bring life to barren things. And when you understand blessing in light of that, then we won't ask the question, why would you send us to this place that seems like it's so unfruitful? Why would you have me in a land, in a place that seems like it's only bringing up thorns and thistles? Why would you bring me to a place where all I see is calamity and all I see is death, and I don't see greenery? All I see is something dry and dead. All I see is a swamp. But he called us and equipped us, and he blessed us with so much resources inside of us. But in order to prove that it is the blessing of the Lord and it's not the blessing of man, it's the blessing of Yahweh. It's not the blessing of man, it's the blessing of Yahweh. It's not the blessing of the flesh. In order for that to happen, what he needs to do is he needs to put us in a place where his glory can be made known. What does that mean? That means don't run from the fight. Don't run from the poverty. Don't run from the dry place. Run to it, because you have been blessed. You've been enabled. You've been empowered to be that blessing in the lives of people. All right, grace and peace.